Hi, my name is Nanaya Ujidakwa with the Department of Public Health, Carolina University. Today, I'll be discussing the Litwin model of organizational performance and change and its relevance for understanding transformation in healthcare settings. Organizational change, as we all know, is one of the most difficult responsibilities for leaders, especially in hospitals where systems are already complex, resistance is common, and external pressures are constantly shifting. The Litwin model provides a structured way to diagnose what is happening inside an organization and how different factors interact to either support or block change. In this presentation, I will take you through the model's origins, explain how it's been applied in real-world healthcare environments, and critically examine its limitations. My take, however, is that while the model is highly useful for diagnosing challenges and guiding transformation, it must be applied carefully due to its complexity. Now we look at the creator and premise. The Burke-Litwin model was developed by Burke and George Litwin between 1989 and 1992. It emerged from research supported by the US Army, where the goal or objective was to understand how organizational performance could be improved through better alignment of internal and external factors. Their main premise is that organizations function as interconnected systems made up of 12 dimensions. These include transformational factors like leadership, mission, and external environment, and transactional factors like structure, management practices, and the work climate. Burke and Litwin argue that when one dimension changes, it can create a ripple effect across the whole organization. And this is why they stress the importance of alignment. In healthcare, where systems are already complex, the systemic interdependence becomes especially relevant. Now we look at practical applications of the model. The Burke-Litwin model is widely used in healthcare because it helps leaders understand the deeper causes of resistance and performance issues. For example, when hospitals implement electronic health records, it's common to see resistance from staff. Instead of assuming people just don't want to change, the model helps leaders to identify root causes, such as unclear communication of the mission, inadequate training system, or weak leadership support. Healthcare organizations have also used the model to analyze cultural misalignment, improve patient safety, and guide restructuring processes. What makes it practical is that it forces leaders to look beyond surface-level symptoms and explore how transformational and transactional factors interact. This holistic approach makes change efforts more targeted and effective. But as with many models, they all come with limitations. And this model is no different. It is widely used, it's no different. And I'll talk about a few of them. So despite its strength, the Burke-Litwin model has several limitations. One of the biggest challenges is its complexity. Because it includes 12 interconnected dimensions, applying the model requires extensive data collection, which can be both time-consuming and difficult in busy healthcare environments. Another limitation is that the model assumes that organizations have strong leadership and the capacity to manage large-scale change processes, which is not always the case. Some organizations may struggle just to gather accurate information, let alone manage the cascading effects that the model predicts. Finally, the model treats everything as interconnected. And because of that, leaders can become overwhelmed if they don't have clear priorities. Scholars such as Weiner argue that readiness for change should be considered alongside diagnostic models to avoid unrealistic planning. These limitations don't make the model unusable. They simply mean it must be applied thoughtfully and carefully. In concluding, I'll say that the Burke-Litwin model is one of the most comprehensive and useful frameworks for understanding organizational change, especially in complex systems like healthcare. The model highlights the deep interconnections between leadership, culture, structure, and work climate, and helps leaders to identify the true sources of resistance. Although the model is data-intensive and requires strong leadership to implement effectively, its diagnostic value makes it a powerful tool when used strategically. Overall, literature shows that Burke-Litwin model provides an excellent foundation for planning and managing sustainable organizational change. And here, look at some of the references. Thank you.